Before a plane ever takes off, airlines are already making decisions that most passengers will never know existed. Long before boarding announcements, seat assignments, or safety briefings, a silent operation is already in motion. Inside airline headquarters, operations control centers, and maintenance offices, teams are constantly evaluating risks that can escalate into losses worth millions of dollars in just a few hours. This is the hidden world of aviation. While passengers experience aviation as a product, a ticket, a seat, a destination, airlines experience aviation as a system. A fragile, highly regulated, and extremely expensive system where one small disruption can trigger consequences far beyond a single flight. One of the most common and dangerous disruptions begins with something deceptively simple, a delayed engine part. Not broken. Not missing. Just late. In most industries, a late delivery is an inconvenience. In aviation, it can shut down an entire operation. Modern aircraft operate under strict safety regulations. Every component, no matter how small, must be available, certified, documented, and installed according to precise procedures. If a required part is not physically present, the aircraft is legally grounded. There is no flexibility, no workaround, and no negotiation. Safety regulations are absolute. At that point, everything else may already be prepared. The aircraft is fueled and inspected. The flight plan is approved. Pilots and cabin crew are on duty. Passengers are waiting at the gate. Yet the aircraft cannot move. This is where airline decision-making turns into a high-stakes financial and strategic dilemma. Inside the airline's operations control center, multiple teams immediately begin working in parallel. Maintenance control confirms technical limitations. Operations teams assess network impact. Procurement contacts suppliers. Finance calculates exposure. Management evaluates reputational risk. Every minute that passes adds pressure. The airline now faces two main options. The first option is speed, at almost any cost. Airlines can activate emergency procurement procedures, bypassing normal supply chains. This may involve paying premium prices to suppliers, chartering private cargo aircraft to transport a single engine component, or arranging hand-carry solutions where specialized couriers escort parts across international borders on commercial flights. Customs clearance is accelerated. Documentation is prioritized. Everything moves faster, and everything becomes more expensive. These emergency solutions can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars in a single day. In extreme cases, the total cost exceeds $1 million for just one delayed part. From the outside, this may look irrational. Why would an airline spend that much money on a single component? The answer lies in the second option, delay. Keeping the aircraft grounded may appear cheaper at first. No emergency logistics. No premium supplier fees. Just wait for the part to arrive through standard channels. But airline operations are built on extremely tight schedules. Aircraft are not designed to sit idle. They are assets that generate revenue only when they are flying. A single aircraft may operate multiple flights per day, connecting short-haul and long-haul routes. When one aircraft is grounded, the disruption spreads instantly across the network. A delayed departure causes missed connections. Missed connections strand passengers. Stranded passengers require rebooking, hotels, meals, and compensation. Crew schedules collapse. Pilots and cabin crew may exceed legal duty limits and must be replaced. Replacement crews may not be available at that airport, forcing further cancellations. Aircraft swaps create additional delays elsewhere in the system. What started as a single missing part now affects dozens of flights and thousands of passengers. Every grounded aircraft represents lost revenue. Leasing costs continue. Insurance costs continue. Maintenance reserves continue. Staff must still be paid. Airports still charge fees. For airlines operating on thin margins, even a few hours on the ground can erase the profit of an entire route. This reality is especially visible in highly efficient aviation markets such as the Netherlands. Airlines like KLM Royal Dutch Airlines, operating from Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, manage one of the most complex hub-and-spoke networks in Europe. Schiphol is known for high traffic density, limited slot availability, and strict operational constraints. There is very little room for error. One delayed aircraft can quickly impact long-haul departures, European connections, and transatlantic schedules. In such environments, operational reliability is not just a performance metric, it is a survival requirement. Beyond operational and financial losses, there is reputational damage. Passengers may tolerate weather-related delays, but technical delays raise different expectations. Repeated disruptions reduce trust. Business travelers switch airlines. Loyalty members lose confidence. Social media amplifies frustration, turning operational challenges into public crises. For airlines, reputation is an invisible asset with very real financial value. This is why airline decisions are rarely about choosing the cheapest option on paper. Instead, they are about minimizing total risk. Paying millions upfront to protect the operation may prevent far greater losses caused by network disruption, customer dissatisfaction, and long-term brand damage. Behind every delay announcement is a silent calculation involving safety, money, logistics, and strategy. Teams work around the clock, often under extreme pressure, knowing that every decision will affect thousands of people they will never meet. For passengers, the explanation remains simple. This flight has been delayed due to a technical issue. What is never announced is the reality behind that sentence. Aviation is one of the few industries where a single missing component can expose how fragile and interconnected the entire system truly is. Airlines constantly walk a thin line between cost control and operational reliability. One delayed engine part is enough to reveal the true price of keeping planes in the air. So the next time your flight is delayed or cancelled, remember this: it may not be weather or air traffic control. It could be a single delayed part and a decision that weighs millions of dollars against thousands of passengers. This is the hidden side of aviation. This is where money, risk, and drama meet. And this is what really happens before the plane takes off. Beyond the immediate operational impact, there is another layer passengers almost never consider: long-term strategy. Airlines don't just react to problems, they analyze them. Every delay caused by a missing part becomes data. That data feeds future decisions about suppliers, contracts, inventory levels, and even fleet planning. If certain components repeatedly cause disruptions, airlines may renegotiate supplier agreements, invest in larger spare part pools, or reposition critical inventory closer to major hubs. These decisions are expensive, but they are often cheaper than facing the same crisis over and over again. This is especially true for airlines operating major hub airports, such as those in Europe. At airports like Amsterdam Schiphol, where schedules are dense and margins for delay are minimal, a single late aircraft can disrupt dozens of downstream flights. Airlines learn quickly that resilience is just as important as efficiency. Another invisible factor is technology. Modern airline operations rely heavily on advanced software systems that predict disruptions before they happen. These systems simulate scenarios in real time, calculating how one delayed aircraft could affect crew legality, passenger connections, and airport capacity hours later. But even the best technology cannot eliminate uncertainty; it can only help airlines choose the least damaging option. Human decision-making still plays a critical role. Experienced operations managers rely not only on data, but also on intuition built from years of handling similar situations. They know that some decisions look manageable on paper but become chaotic in reality. This human judgment is often what separates a contained delay from a full operational meltdown. Over time, these constant high-pressure decisions shape airline culture. Some airlines become known for reliability and recovery speed. Others struggle with recurring disruptions. Passengers may never see these internal differences, but they feel the results through on-time performance, smoother connections, and fewer cancellations. In the end, aviation is not just about flying aircraft. It is about managing complexity. It is about making difficult decisions with incomplete information under time pressure while balancing safety, cost, and customer trust. So the next time you hear a short announcement about a technical delay, remember that it represents far more than a single issue. It reflects a network of choices, risks, and strategies playing out behind the scenes, choices that determine whether an airline absorbs a loss or protects its entire operation. This is why airline operations are never simple. This is why one delayed part can cost millions. And this is why the real story of aviation begins long before the wheels leave the ground.